For your body to move with ease and fluidity, your connective tissues like ligaments, tendons, and fascia need to be well hydrated. Hydration is not just about drinking enough water. It's about the movement of fluids within the tissues themselves. When fascia and surrounding structures are hydrated, they become more pliable, responsive, and able to glide against one another with more ease. This internal fluid exchange is key for reducing friction, easing stiffness, and supporting pain-free and resilient movement throughout the body. In this short yoga practice, we focus on rehydrating the tissues through gentle fluid movement and rotational patterns that target the spine. By moving the body through multiple directions and ranges and rotating the spine, we help stimulate fluid exchange and restore the natural suppleness of the connective tissue. We will do this entire practice in a standing position, so you don't really need a yoga mat. And rather than trying to achieve maximum range of motion in each pose, instead try to focus on keeping your movement smooth, fluid, and controlled. I'm Olga Cable, yoga teacher and yoga therapist. Let's begin. We will begin the practice in a standing position with your feet about hip distance apart, toes pointing forwards. With the next inhalation, sweep your arms out and up, look up, stretch. And with the exhalation, bring your arms out and down, bend your knees a bit, hinge at your hips slightly, and touch the fingertips at your knees or bottoms of the thighs. Look down. On the inhale, stand back up, sweep your arms out and up, reach up high, look up. And with the exhalation, bring your arms out and down, go into a slight squat, touch your knees or thighs and look down. Continue to move like that with your breath, stretching upwards every time you stand up. And then coming into a slight squat, tucking the chin in every time you exhale. Steady, consistent breathing pace. After you finish with your current cycle, return back to the starting position. Move your feet a bit wider apart, wider than hip distance, and turn your toes out. Just make sure that you're still stable here. Place your hands on your hips, or you can rest them on your thighs, whatever works best. Breathe steadily, and then begin to shift your weight from one foot to another. So bend your right knee, shifting the weight toward it. And then bend your left knee, extending your right leg. And continue to move like that back and forth. Very gently, very softly. Just back and forth from one foot to the other, as you continue to breathe deeply and steadily. And now we will add the arm motion, a circular arm motion, and we will lead with the elbow. So next time when you shift the weight towards your right foot and bend your right knee, circle your right elbow up and back, turning your chest to follow the elbow. And then as you begin to bend your left knee, lift your left elbow forward, up, and back. Continue to move like that. It's as if you're drawing a big figure 8 with your elbows as you shift the weight from side to side. Try to keep that figure 8 nice and wide. And make sure it's not just the arm that moves, but that you also feel the movement in your upper back, between the shoulder blades, middle back as well. And then return back to the center. Straighten your legs for now. Place your left hand on your hip, or just keep it resting on your thigh, whatever works best. With the next inhalation, bend your right knee and reach out to your right with your right hand. Look at it. With the exhalation, bend your left knee, bring your right arm across the body and try to reach to your left with the same right hand, looking at your hand. And again, on the inhale, bend your right knee and reach out. And with the exhalation, bend your left knee and bring your right arm across the body and press it to your left, looking at it. Continue to move like that, bending your knees one at a time and reaching as you continue to breathe here, and allow your rib cage to move slightly, following the movement of your arm. And then let's switch sides. You can place your right hand on your right hip or rest it on your thigh. With the next inhalation, bend your left knee and reach out to your left with your left hand. Look at it. And as you exhale, bend your right knee and bring your left arm across the body. Push it to your right, towards your right, and look at it. Continue to move like that. Continue to follow the movement of your hand with your gaze. Notice how your upper back, your middle back feel the area around your shoulder blades. And after you finish with your current repetition, return back to the center. Position your feet so that they're about hip distance apart, toes pointing forward. Keep your right leg where it is, and then slide your left foot a little further back. So we have a split stance, but we still want to make sure that your feet are hip distance apart width-wise. Keep both feet planted, and then bend your elbows out to the sides in like cactus shape. Inhale here, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, turn your upper body to your right, and at the same time extend your arms out into the T shape as if you're pressing out through your hands. And with the inhalation, return back to the center, cactus arms. And again, on the exhale, use your abdomen to rotate your upper body to your right and press out through your hands. Look as far back as your neck allows. And with the inhalation, return back to the center. Continue to move like that. On the exhale, press out, look back. On the inhale, return back to the center, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, again, use your abdomen to rotate, press out with your arms, look back. And return back to the center. And we'll switch sides. So slide your left foot forward first so that your feet are about hip distance apart. And then move your right foot back behind you. Make sure that the toes of both feet are still facing forward. Plant both heels. Bend your elbows out to the sides into a cactus shape. Take a deep breath, lengthen up through the top of your head. And as you exhale, rotate your ribcage to your left and press your arms out into the T shape. Look back. And on the inhale, return back to the center. Bend your elbows. Continue to move like that, very smooth, consistent movement. Rotate as you exhale and turn forward as you inhale. And keep the movement of your arms very smooth, fluid as well. And after you finish your current repetition, return back to the center. Bring your feet wide apart and turn your toes outwards. Make sure that you're stable in this position. And with the next exhalation, bend both knees, coming into the squatting position and hinging forward slightly at your hips. Place your hands on your thighs. This will be our starting position. With the next inhalation, shift the weight to your right leg and straighten your left leg completely, pressing your left foot into the ground, and keep looking at your left foot. And with the next exhalation, return back to the center, bending both knees. With the next inhalation, shift the weight to your left foot, straighten your right leg completely, pressing your right foot into the ground, and look at your right foot. And on the exhale, again, bend both knees. Return your head back to the center. Continue to move like that. back and forth, shifting the weight. And every time you shift the weight to one side, also lift your upper body up and lean it slightly toward the same side. And with the exhalation, return back to the center. Continue to move like that, very smoothly, back and forth. Pressing the foot of the extended leg firmly into the ground. And then after you do an even number on both sides, return into the squatting position. Keep your knees pointing out. Place your hands on your thighs. With the next exhalation, hinge your upper body forward a bit from your hips. Keep your head in line with the spine. And with the next exhalation, rotate your spine, bringing your right shoulder down. And with the inhalation, return to the starting position. And again on the exhale, bring your left shoulder down and kind of roll it in as well. And with the inhalation, bring it back to a symmetrical position. Continue to rotate your spine like that, guiding the rotation with the movement of the shoulder. Continue to look down comfortably. After you do an even number on both sides, return back to the center and on the inhale, stand up. Once again, bring your feet closer together so that they're about hip distance apart. Keep your right foot where it is and then slide your left foot back. Make sure that your hips are facing forward. So for now, keep your hands on your hips and we will take a look at the movement of your legs. So with the next inhalation, bend your front knee and lift your chest up. And with the next exhalation, bend your back knee and straighten your front leg, shifting the weight toward your back foot. And round your upper back a bit. And again on the inhale, bend your front knee, extending your back leg and lift your chest up. And with the exhalation, bend your back knee, shifting the weight of the body toward your back leg and straighten your front leg. Do it one more time, shifting the weight back and forth. Just find your rhythm here, moving with your breath. And then next time we'll add the arm movement as well. So as you inhale and bend your front knee, move your arms forward and up into a Y shape. And with the next exhalation, as you shift the weight towards your back leg and bend your back knee, bring your hands to the opposite shoulders and tuck the chin in, rounding your upper back a bit. With the inhalation, begin to bend your front knee, and as you do, lift your elbows forward and up first, and then from here unfold your arms into a Y shape. And then begin to shift the weight towards your back foot, bending your back knee. Bring your hands to the opposite shoulders first, and then bring your elbows down and round your upper back. Tuck the chin in. Again on the inhale, bend your front knee. Lift your elbows up first and then unfold your arms into a Y shape. Lift your chest. And with the exhalation, again, bend your elbows first, hands to the opposite shoulders, and then tuck the chin in, round your upper back as you bend your back knee. Do this movement a couple more times on your own, please, with your breath. Again, very smooth, very fluid as you fold and unfold with your breath. And after you finish with your current repetition, return back to the center and let's switch sides. Step your left foot forward so your feet are hip distance apart, and then step your right foot back. Make sure that your hips face forward still. And again, let's practice with your legs first. So on the inhale, bend your front knee and lift your chest. And with the exhalation, bend your back knee, extending your front leg. And round your upper back a bit, look down. Again, on the inhale, bend your front knee, straightening your back leg, lift the chest. And as you exhale, bend your back knee, extend your front leg, and round your upper back a bit, look down. Next time when you bend your front knee, sweep your arms forward and up into a Y shape. Lift the chest away from the navel. And as you exhale and shift the weight back, bring your hands to the opposite shoulders, round your back, tuck the chin in. On the inhale, as you begin to bend your front knee, again lift your elbows up first, and then unfold your arms into a Y shape, stretch up. And with the exhalation, fold your arms first, hands to the opposite shoulders, and then round your upper back and tuck your chin in. Continue to move like that with your breath, unfolding gradually as you inhale. Lift the chest away from the navel. And as you exhale, folding softly as you shift the weight towards your back foot, bending your back knee a bit. Continue to move like that with your breath. And when you finish with your current repetition, return back to the center. Position your feet so that they're about hip distance apart. You have two options for our final movement. You can either do a deep standing forward bend, or you can choose to sit in a chair instead and drape your body forward over a nice big pillow. Choose whichever option feels more appropriate to you today. If you choose a standing forward bend, keep your feet about hip distance apart. Place your hands on your thighs. And with the next exhalation, slowly slide your hands down as you bend your upper body down. Reach toward the opposite elbows and let your arms hang down along with your head. Make sure that your knees are bent very generously and let your upper body hang down from your hips down. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Continue to breathe steadily here. And if you need a bit more support today, sit in a sturdy chair, grab a large pillow and tuck it in tightly, and then drape your upper body over the pillow. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Hold on to the opposite elbows if you like. Continue to breathe deeply. Allow your upper body to drape over the pillow. Try to relax your upper body completely. Whichever position you're in, every time you inhale, try to expand your upper middle back. And every time you exhale slowly, allow the same areas to relax and soften. And then press your feet firmly into the ground. Lead with the chest and go up into standing. Keep your eyes open, reorient yourself for a moment. And then stand nice and tall. You can keep your eyes open or you can close them, whatever feels best to you. Next time when you inhale, lengthen up through the top of your head. Next time when you exhale, relax your shoulders. And take several more comfortable, relaxed breaths here. Notice how your body feels. If there are any areas of increased awareness within your body right now. Notice the quality of your breath. Notice the state of your mind. With the next inhalation, sweep your arms out and up, reach up high. And as you exhale, bring your palms together in front of your chest. Take another breath or two here. Stay aware of how you feel. And thank you for joining me today. Namaste.